be helpful.
Yeah,
Okay, recording is in
yeah,
progress. So we talked about the
we would-
hospitals, okay, only for those who wants to, try to view it again. And now we talk about the indications. We talked about the PTPD conversion, that sometimes the tech is not that good and the physician is afraid to lose the guide wire. So we can use us because we can detach from the guide wire stays in place, and then you took only the stent out instead of sending this guy again to PTPD. We talked about the large stones that usually they like to put metal today for large stones to dilate it, but you can put 2 or 3 plastic stents, much more cost effective, and then you won't have to use the spyglass because they do much better to erode the stones together. Chronic pancreatitis, we talked about 2 or 3 stents usually. Malignant tumor, it's only for life expectancy until 3 months. It depends on the physicians. By the way, MD Anderson use only plastic in Houston, so I don't know from the other MD Andersons, but use only pigtails for malignancy. They don't place metal. Because that, we have the pigtail system that I'm going to talk about it later. Other unknown strictures, sometimes it can be from HIV, okay, AIDS. Branch pressing on the CBD that clogs it, papilla tumors, or a thin papilla that clogs the bile duct. Sometimes you want to place 2 or 3 stents. By the way, if they tell you, yeah, metal stents can dilate for 1 centimeters, the CBD average diameter is between 0.6 to 0.8 millimeters. So you can say, hey, why dilate it so much? You can get a reflux. We can get, food inside of the CBD and get cholangitis. Sometimes a stone can sit on the on the metal stents and clog it. So you can use with us, the plastic stents. You don't lose your guide wire very easily. Very easy to deploy. High-low stricture, usually we use the pigtail stents that we're going to talk about. Off-label for pigtails, okay? We did post-gastrostomy fistula closure with Dr. Ho. He used our pigtail system, that the pigtail system, you can mount it with non-tapered pigtails, like the regular Boston or the Solus Cook. It's a 10 French pigtail, double pigtail until 7 centimeters. We're gonna do it longer for in a few. We don't know when, probably in a few months. Huge CBD diameter and length. This one is the best thing for plastic. Why? Because you have, I don't know, 1.2 centimeters of a CBD that is very long. Usually you should place longer plastic stent instead of metal, because metal, it can't anchor in such a big duct, so we just fall or just enter. Okay, any questions from here?
No.
Yeah, or do you have it going back to your justification? Are any one of the white papers, do they identify the time savings? Like you mentioned, you save 4 steps, 25% time. Is there anything
I
like
think
that?
so. You should read that. I think so. It's mentioned, but it's mentioned in all the videos. So usually, if you say, "Hey, do you know this one or this one?" Usually from the 8 docs that you have doing the comparison, most of the physician will know one of them, and he will say, "Hey, I want to see this one. I want to see
Yeah.
Sammy Ho." So show him Sammy Ho, and in the end, it says that you say 4 steps, and it goes between 25 to 50% of the time lapse. So let's
Okay.
talk
Yeah, 'cause
about. Sorry.
yeah, going back to the VAT thing, like John was talking about, anything that identifies the uniqueness or breakthrough of the technology is helpful to push through that. So, all right.
Yes.
I will add here.
Like
When
actually, if you like put together a VAT, just everything that's like he just mentioned.
VET.
It's a vendor. What they do is they get a group of physicians together within the hospital. Are you familiar with it? Okay.
Yes, value analysis committee should be
Committee, right.
VAC. Okay. So usually I will put this because I want to send this in the usually when opening as path go on
anything that will
small
help facilitate it, yeah,
indications.
or a
and-
packet,
That four,
really.
at 4 steps, 25% right there should be on the top. That's powerful.
Uh-huh. Yeah, break.
Especially in that room, those
Yeah.
procedures in that room is
It's
super
one of the
valuable,
most
so.
expensive. Yeah, it's, I mean, the cost of the time doing the procedures, the anesthesia time, the tech time, the doctor's time is just huge here. It's huge.
Yeah. Well,
It's
it's
not-
simplified.
it's not-
because
It's not only the time, I have to say, recannulating when you have one stent already inside can be a pain.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're talking about a little bit of our competitors, Olympus QuickFee is not how do you say imported anymore to the States. By the way, they close it. So we have Cook and Boston. Okay, we have the Boston system here. I have it here. It's pretty much easy, and the only thing that it gives, it's not a real rapid exchange, because the rapid exchange here, it goes, you can see for 60 centimeters when you enter it, and then the only thing it gives, is the physician the control, because it's not on the wire. It doesn't go from end to end. It goes out before the white. You see?
Hey,
So-
or can you swap your screen so I can see a
Oh.
larger image of you?
Yeah,
and the
that would
device?
help. That would help.
Please.
One sec. Stop share. You can see me now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better.
So Boston system, the guideway goes before the white part out. I don't know if you can see it. So this is it.
תבטל את הרקע מאחוריך, תעשה בלי רקע. לא
No,
רואים,
no,
אתה מעלים כל הזמן, זה נעלם.
okay. So now you can see it better. So it goes from one end and it goes out, not on the back end. It goes out 60 centimeters, 60 before. The only thing it gives to the physician is that he can push the guide wire and end the system, okay? It's not big of a deal. Usually they use it for pigtails as well. The tip, usually they shorten it, okay? They will ask you a lot of shortening our tip. Our tip, I'll put it on the precautions that when you shorten it, it's only when the tip is inside. Okay?
Maybe just one comment, or if I may, okay? I mean,
Sure.
Boston Scientific went to the Advanix because they wanted to use a short wire, okay? Instead of 400 centimeters that
Yeah.
used to be going over the wire system, they wanted to do a rapid exchange to use a short guide wire, which is 260. However, it is not a short rapid exchange, as Or was mentioning. It's a 60 centimeters
Yes.
neck, okay, of a rapid exchange. And O will show in a minute, when we have our system, it's really a short rapid exchange. So not only that you can use any wire, of course, also a short wire, but you also have a short threading assignment to do versus, 60 centimeters.
Yes. So the only pre-mounted
It's
stent
really-
systems.
It's really taking advantage of the short wire.
Mhm.
The
Absolutely.
XPAT system is really taking advantage of the short wire.
I saw
Absolutely.
one time a procedure that the wire was too short and it doesn't goes out from the opening exit of the Advanix.
Oh,
So they have to take it out and bring in another system because it was too long.
One second. I want to show you the short video of us. I need to. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
it would be nice if we also had like a share folder file with these videos and other files.
Oh, yeah, this presentation would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear
By
it?
the way, this video is on the website as well.
No, this one I don't think it's the longer one version.
It's the longer, okay.
Okay. Well, this is the multiple stent. I want to go for the demonstration. So as you can see, our tip now is 8 centimeters, by the way, fully radio pad.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's great. That
Yeah.
By the way, you can see also that after 2 stents, the wire stays in place. And we have a white paper that Dr. Singh from Johns Hopkins did. He implant in one procedure 4 stents of our own in parallel. It took him less than 2 minutes
Wow.
to implant all the 4 stents.
Wow.
So you can see it also in our white papers list in the website.
I think, by the way, this one is not mounted as well. So the only mounted systems, by the way, this is all, but the only mounted system is by us and by Boston, by the way. Mounted is that you have a string that the stent is tied, so you can retract it back.
It's mounted and locked.
Yeah, but this is the
Yeah, some comes with the stent on them, but pre-mounted, what it says is that you have the string that ties the stent to the system. So if it goes too deep, you can retract it back. This can be a pain because if you plant a stent and it goes inside and then you can retract it, you need to take everything out. You need to put a balloon on the guide wire, go with a balloon. It takes time. It's a pain.
you can see it in the samples that we sent
I've
you.
seen that many times.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it in the
So-
samples that we sent you. The stents are locked,
Yeah.
so
And
you can retract.
This one is, so we and Boston are the only one who's locked, okay? Thin inner wall, if everybody has maintained guide wire location without manipulation. Why we say without manipulation? It's because we detach from the guide wire. We don't need to take it, back and forth. If you know the Cook Fusion system, Cook Fusion has a very 5 centimeters, I think 4 or 5 centimeters tip that you enter here and you go back out here before the stent like us, but it doesn't detach. What you will have to do is manipulate and lose lots of X-ray and go back and forth, and usually it's only working on the deep, side of the CBD, not next to the papilla, because you can't manipulate next to it. Another thing, we're going to talk about it. So what's special about the S-Path? We say 4 procedural steps. We have less radiation exposure, less time and less risk. What is the risk? Because you're trying to do multiple, sometimes you can go to the pancreas and start irritating a lot, and then you get pancreatitis. It's a pain. It provides a system flexibility. We say we are not doing only multiples. We're doing singles as well, because it gives you the flexibility. You forgot to brush. You have a stent inside, maybe brushing with a stent, by the way, it will be much better because you can press on the CBD. 40% of the brushes doesn't work, by the way. It
So
facilitates
on the risk factors, can you highlight those on that presentation or on that?
we have it. You have it on our brochure, and you can see it later.
Great.
You can see it well like this, or should I make it bigger?
Well, I'm actually using my phone, so
There you go.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it provides you system flexibility that if you forgot, I don't know, if you want to place another one, you place one stent and you're not satisfied, you still have the guide wire inside, and it's not through the stent, right? When you deploy Boston Scientific, the guide wire goes through the stent, so you need to retract it back and take it out every time. And we have one guide wire access, and we use only one guide wire, by the way. So if you want to put, I don't know, 2 in a cyst next to the hilers, okay, and you want to place 2 stents, you use one guide wire. If you want to push, by the way, to use both of the branches, the right and the left, what you will do is use an angled wire. Prepare before, place 2 stents in the hiler on the right, take the guide wire a little bit out, and then go with the angled wire to the other one. So it saves one guide wire, and you can place 10 French instead of 7s. But it depends on the anatomy. How big is that hiler? Okay. It's compatible with all the guide wire sizes, 4.2 working channel. When we use our system, because it goes through the tip and goes out before the stand. So we have the guide wire is usually 0.6 or 0.8, depends if it's 25 or 35. The tip itself is like 7 French-ish, and the stand is 10 French. So we have 3.3 and we have the 0.8. So we use the full maximize of the diameter of the working channel. So it's very important when you enter. So the flap won't be against the working channel. Let me show you a little bit later. This one, you know, we talk about this. So if you want to place 27 French, okay, or 25 French, I don't know. So what you will do, you use 3 of us at the beginning, okay? You won't lose your guide wire. And when you want to place another 7, because you see it's very hard to put the third 10 French, what you will do, you will end with Boston, okay, with a 7 French. With the same length, okay. We have our new 10 French pigtail system, and its length, it's a 10 French pigtail system, as we talked before, only not tapered, okay. The double pigtail stands that are not tapered. The tapered goes for 7 French and goes for the Heilers. We can mount it because it's only for 10 French, okay? So we use a regular pigtails, and you can use it for lots of off labels. As we can see that we did it with the fistula in the postogastrostomy sleeve. Or if you want to try it and, you know, push your physician, of course, I'm not saying we don't have an indication for that, but if this physician likes to do off labels and take his responsibility, what I usually do is say, hey, think about cyst drainage, okay? With cyst drainage, if you do it not with Axios and you use the pigtail system, think about it. Use 1 guide wire instead of 2, and you put 2 10 French pigtails instead of 7 French and a 10 French pigtail. I'm sure a few of you saw this ones, that they use 2 pigtails instead of Axios. Usually they use Axios because it's easier. But with us, you can use 1 guide wire, use a dilation balloon, then you take the dilation balloon out and implement 2 stents without losing the guide wire. So you can put even more loops to get better anchoring. Just think about that.
Cost savings as well.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cost savings as well.
It's less than,
thousands.
it's like 20% of the cost. Okay, if we're talking about the pigtail system that you can use the pigtail, 2 pigtails. We use a dilation balloon and a tip. It probably will cost you $1,000 or so. And Axios is going $5,000 and north.
But you consider this off label, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't
By
matter.
the way, I think that the Advanix is off label as well if they do stents. So our stand is like a Me Too of Advanix. It's the same stand, the straight ones, okay? You can see them very well in the fluoroscopy. They are a little bit more rigid than Cook, but thin inner wall, Maximus flow rate. Any question about the stand?
Yeah.
I have one remark regarding the guide wire. Oh, show them the guide wire, please. Just one thing that the physician must pay attention in: do not withdraw the inner when you use the floppy. Always be after, okay? The floppy part of the wire,
We're gonna talk about it in a few.
front of the system, and not withdraw on the floppy. Otherwise, the system is clogged. Okay? Keep 1 inch of wire before the system. This is the mathematics. 1 inch before the delivery system, it should be fine. No less than 1 inch before the.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So when using the aspect, and we talked about it, it's the next slide. How do you prepare the system? So you take the system. I have a system here. Usually I like to dip it in water. When they dip it in water.
Can we go back to the big screen here? Sorry.
I'm in the big screen.
Oh, I just see using SPass system.
Maybe you should just try
yeah, there you go. We're good.
Go back.
We're good. Yeah, all good.
so this is our system, okay? What I like to do is dip it in water. Then I take the guide wire. And I see lots of, it depends on which hospitals, but sometimes they don't clean it well. So what I like to do is put a little bit lube on it, so it will retract easier, go on the guide wire easier to drive on the guide wire, because sometimes the elevator can do some notches on the guide wire. So if you have lube, it's easier to pass through. Okay, but we're gonna do pitfalls in a second. So wipe the guide wire with saline, put it within saline, the stent and the tip. You can clean the guide wire. You can put some lube on the tip or in the guide wire that I really like. Position. So what you will do, you just enter with the guide wire, okay, and it goes out before the stent, as you can see. So you're going for the walking channel. When you go for the walking channel, you can take the introducer now and put it with the guide wire out, okay? And then press on the flap and put it inside. Why? Because if the flap will be just like that, you can see this?
It's very
Yes.
hard to see, or can you
Yes.
replace the image on the screen with you, a close-up of you?
Yeah. One
Please.
second. Let's stop sharing. Now you can see it
Okay.
better. So
Yeah, now
you can see
start,
it.
please.
You can see the flap right now. So if the physician will
Gotcha.
put it just like that, you see that it goes
Yep.
against the walking channel. What will happen is we're gonna be in the fully a little bit more even from the working channel diameter. So it's very important to say to the physician, are you sure that the flap is just like that, with the right angle? He will say, okay. So if he feels lots of resistance, you can say, okay, stop, take the system out. It's pre-mounted. You can see the string here.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem just to take it out a little bit, take the biopsy cup out, push it, take the biopsy cup out on the system, push this one, and then the biopsy again. Is it clear?
I think so.
There is not a lot of pitfalls. Let's go back to the press.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful to potentially have another call sometime in the future. Love to have one of these devices in my hand so that I could play with it while you were going through this.
Sure.
You
This is
will
recorded.
have that.
I will send you a link as well.
Okay.
So after you are in the walking channel with the right direction of the phalange, now we can push it, okay, and go to the papilla. So enter gently for the walking channel, okay, and phalange, insert the tip directly. So when you enter to the papilla, it's recommended to put it directly to the papilla. Sometimes they can, try to push it on the papilla, and you will see it doesn't enter because or they didn't do a good sphincterotomy, or or they didn't dilate the papilla much, so it wouldn't get in. So you can say maybe dilate it again. If you push it and you see the physician start to have lots of resistance, only then you can start shortening the tip. If the physician, by the way, wants to shorten the tip, it's only when it's just like that within the papilla, okay, inside. Don't shorten the tip before you see the stent, okay? If you feel lots of resistance, how do we shorten the tip? 1 inch at a time. Shorten the tip, try to push it. Shorten the tip in 1 inch, try to push it. Okay, you got to the deployment, okay? So when you want to deploy, by the way, on this system, you don't have it, but you have a ring, an indicator. When the indicator is reaching the handle, just like that, let me show you. So you will see like a ring here, okay? That when you deploy it, the ring's supposed to come to the handle, and that's when you know it's released. Before that, you can push the handle back and still retract it. That is very important and good for the physician. When you're in place, what you will have to do is open counterclockwise the blue knob and start retracting. If you retract it, and you will see that you have efforts on the stent. What is efforts on the stent? On the back, on the video of the endoscope, you will see like an accordion that the stent doesn't want to go free. You feel it's stuck. That's what Omri mentioned, okay? This means that you're trying to detach from the floppy side of the guide wire.
Gotcha.
Okay? From the floppy side. You can't detach from it. It happened to me with Singh, and I told him, okay, stop, push the handle back, retract it a little bit, 1.5, 2 inch, shorten the tip in 1 and 1.5 inch, then go up, and then it will release easily. Okay? This is a very important thing. Everybody understand that? Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or can you show that to me again on your camera?
Yes.
If you have that over the floppy section, you said it'll kink and it won't.
You see?
Oh, all right. So
This is
you're
the floppy section. You want to
Yeah,
release
right.
only in the colored one, only the rigid side of the guide wire.
All right. Otherwise, it won't deploy or it will crimp.
I don't know. Sometimes it can. Okay, it depends on the angles. It depends on the friction. It depends on the bile duct and not, whatever. But if you feel it's stuck, you say stop. Put the handle back, retract it a little bit, shorten the tip, go up. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Any question about this one? Because it's really important. We are very close to the end. Thank God. Okay, let me make it bigger. This state, position, ready, stent, release the blue. We talk about it. Pull the inner while holding it towards, usually towards you. Okay. Retract until the stand indicator. So in the older system, we had this one. We now have the ring. You remember when the ring reaches to the white handle, you can just retract it. Don't be afraid. If it doesn't look like it's retract, it's okay. Just retract the whole system, and you will see the stent clips and the guide wire next to it, lateral. Technical tips, okay? As we said before, I already passed on them, but let's, put more emphasis on this one. So recommended to use the lubrication. They have sometimes the silicone spray is the best, by the way, because it takes all the resistance off, because sometimes the lube is too lubey, it's too oily, and they don't like it. If the operator doesn't the blue nut introducer, sorry, see we are on the so the system comes with a blue introducer that is peel away. Okay, it's like a straw, as I showed you before. Let's go back a little bit. So the system comes with a blue introducer on it. Usually the physician doesn't like to use it. It's like the orange thing that Boston have. It's like a straw. Okay, so the blue introducer, after the tip is inside with the guide wire, just like that, you can just put the introducer on the other, okay, just here, and then push the flap through the introducer, push it inside until you feel that the flap is inside, take the introducer out, and then there is a little snatch just like that, that you can peel away.
Okay.
Any questions? Something? Because this is a very important part. Blue introducer, press. We talked about the flap a lot. If there is resistance while pushing the system, there is a need to shorten the tip. We talked about it, shorten it 1 inch, 3 centimeters ish, then go up. Don't tell them to pull it, just set it easily retract, because sometimes they will put it like a lawn mower. And we don't like that. For strictures, it's very important to use a dilation balloon, okay? Recommended site is 8 millimeters. They tried it. I tried it with a physician. They used a 6, and it wasn't that enough. When you know it's a good dilation, when you see blood. If you don't see blood come out, you can say that the physician, I don't think it's dilated enough. Okay? When releasing the stent, you will feel if you feel too much resistance, that's what we talk about, the accordion of the stand, okay? If you see an accordion, if it gets stuck, say, hey, back, push the handle back, retract the system 1 inch, 1.5, 3 centimeters, shorten the tip, and then go up. Any questions about all, this is all the pitfalls. It's, you do
I
3 or
assume there's
4
a video that walks you through this as well? Based off of all the videos? Oh, okay.
That's the video. You want to do a
Gotcha.
pitfalls video? We can do that. But no, usually 2 points. One,
I get it. I got it.
one
just
point
curious.
is the working channel. The other point is deploying. When deploying,
Because
if you
there's
feel-
sometimes, I mean, a good example is there's sometimes the physicians think that they got it, and then you walk away and they don't got it. So, the
I know
next day.
about
So
that.
that's why I mentioned that.
Yeah. All right. I think that we're done. And now I'm going to show you our marketing trainer. Okay, this is our marketing trainer. You can see here that we have the pancreas.
That's better yet.
Okay, this is the CBD, and we have the Hilers as well. What you will do, it's very easy to use. All you need to do, and we invented this one.
That's a good idea.
So you take the
Harry,
floppy
by the way,
side.
that's on the way to your house.
Yeah,
So all you need to do is just push it. You don't need the papillotom, nothing, until it reaches, okay, the Hilers. You see it? You can see it.
Yep.
See this, the
Mhm.
line? So what I usually do is you can open it. You have 3 knobs on the top, okay? I open this one, so you can't see it because it's, but you can take this off. Before you use it, you take the silicone off. Okay, and now you can see it better, by the way. That the line, it goes automatically. You don't need to make any efforts with a papillotom or, trying to show them use the papillotom and take it out and everything. You just put the guide away, it goes straight to the Hilers. Usually what I like to do is put some water, okay, lubricate it a little bit, maybe water with a little bit of Vaseline or their lube a little bit, and then it goes easy. So usually use the 10x6 or 10x9 French, because the 12 is too long a little bit, and the pigtail as well. So what I like to do is put the floppy a little bit out, okay, then I close it. But you can use it as well without it, by the way. Just put it inside with a little bit of water. Put water before. That's really important. What I like to do is put a little bit of the guidewire outside, so it will be, anchored well. You take this one, you put it back. You use the 4 knobs to close it. Okay, with water a little bit. I didn't put water this time. Hopefully it will work, but I'm sure it will. Then I take the stand, I drive it, okay, to the system. I have a little bit of water here. So it will be easier. Okay, I take the stand, put it here in the side hole. Then it goes straight inside of where I need. So it mimics, you see that the back flap, you need to press on it. Then you push it inside. Now you will see the tip. You see the tip, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So now I'll push it some more. Okay, until it goes to the bifurcation. So with lube, it will be easier for you, but you can see that it pushes right to the right place. You see?
yes.
Okay. Then you show it to the physician. Usually, I like to put it in their hands or so and open the blue knob and tell them, now you retract it and look in the tip, because then they focus on how it works. You see it well? So all you need to do
Or
is retract it and you're done. See?
Or can you just show them? I think it's important when you need to bring it back just a little bit and then bring it forward. If it doesn't,
So now you see it didn't detach yet. I can still retract it because I put it too much far inside. Okay, so now we try to deploy it and we stopped. Okay, guys? So what I can do is just push it back. Then it goes back, but not on the guide wire. Okay? It depends on how much you retract it. If you retract it and it passed the stand, it wouldn't go back on the guide wire. But it's fine because we don't care about this. Okay, so now I put it back. Now I retract it a little bit back, okay, because it's still pre-mounted. I didn't deploy it. Is that okay, John? So now I open the blue knob again. I shorten the tip a little bit. I can push it some more if I want to. You can see. It's still retractable, but only when I take it out fully. So now I take out. The system is out. We have only the guide wire left, and the stand sits lateral to the guide wire. So I can place another one. If you want, I can show you. We bought me here another stand.
Yeah.
So I can just take another stand, place it on this system, take the guide wire again with the same guide wire.
By the way, what Or is doing now, some of the physician may do using the
Reusing
same
it.
system twice. Okay, but now of course the tip is not locked. It's open.
Yes.
So the trackability is a little bit lower than regular. Okay, so it's up to him. We always say do not do it. Use fresh system for each stand. That's how we make sure that the trackability of over the wire is perfect. But again, it's up to the physician. We saw it in the field. I know that they do it, but it's up to them.
Yeah, this is a 10x9. This system is 10x6. So the guide wire will go out on the flat, but it will work. So you can reuse it. That's how the tip is so strong. I know that in India, they can even pass it between patients.
By the way, this is the introducer that Or suggested. This is the pillowway. I don't know if you see it in my hand.
I just placed now another stand, same guide wire, same system. And now I can try to deploy it. I hope that it won't be a problem with the phalange. Okay, I can take the system out, but now the guide wire goes through the stand. But I placed two stands. You can do it in 1 minute. All right. Any questions?
Where has this been?
This technology or?
Yeah. So with that leads me up to a question regarding existing business. And I talked with Terry a little bit. Like some of these physician names you're talking to, they all talk together. They all go to different symposiums, hands-on training and that. Well, is there what type of existing business do you have now? And the next question is, do you have a distribution/warehouse here in the States, so we're not concerned about back orders?
Well, we'll be stocking.
I think Terry can answer it.
Yeah, we'll be stocking those, and all the shipping will come out of the Harrisburg area. So it will not be an issue. They'll be here. They'll be in abundance, and for your customers, typically, well, really for everybody on this call, except possibly some of Wayne's most southern customers, FedEx ground shipping is usually next day for virtually everybody. So
are we all gonna have our own model?
that I don't know. Maybe Or can address that.
I leave it with 1 unit. Usually, it depends if you want the model, but
Could we get a couple more to share, and then at some point we probably won't need them that much anymore, but. you know,
Terry, I
if-
think we corresponded before regarding samples and the trainer. So you can we can talk about regarding that later, or you can see it in the email that we with the pricing that we sent you. I believe a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
but it would be helpful
think-
to have a couple more of the trainers.
Yeah, I think it would be really helpful.
I'm coming over to the US, so I can bring, if you want more, I can bring you more. Okay?
Please,
Just,
yes.
let me know next week, up to next
Okay.
week. Because
Are you going to be at the DDW by chance?
Yes, we do.
Excellent.
Usually we have a booth, but this year we won't. But we are going to participate as a guest.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful so we can teach ourselves, just to feel a little bit more comfortable with the device. And then, once we show it to the customer and get it in the account, it's not as important. But I think it'd be really helpful.
Of course. By the way, again, I'm coming over next week to the US. I will be in New York. I'm going to meet also Terry in John Hopkins. If you want, I can come over wherever you want.
It's on your way between. No, if you go to Florida, to Ohio.
I won't come to Florida, but I'm going to.
I have
be
to say that Cleveland Clinic will
Houston
love
area and
the
New
Pictal
York
system.
area.
Yeah, Tyler Stevens, I'm sure he would be interested in this. He's a
And,
big ERCP guy there.
I-
Dr. Slivka at UPMC as well.
And by the way, Mike and I were in UMass in Boston, and they loved
UMass.
it.
Yeah.
And by the way, go to Beth Israel. I have a few connections that we can talk with. Dr. Mizrahi went there as a fellow, if I'm not mistaken, for advanced, and Dr. Wadwa as well. So they can introduce us if you don't know people in Beth Israel or so. But the last thing I wanted to go through is the hospitals that we went through. We have hospitals in Florida. We went to, we are fully open in HCA. So HCA will be easier. We have Tampa General Hospital, Dr. Pushback. I think a very good account will be Dennis Yang. They really, really want the Pictal system, but they didn't, had the time to follow up with them. I tried with emails, but it's so hard. I know Dr. Kumbari from Mayo Clinic in Florida that wants it, and he's chief as well.
Vivek
We have-
Kumbari.
Yeah.
Did you say Vivek Kumbari?
Vivek, if
Okay,
you
great.
visit
I
him,
know-
he will
I
want
know
to
him
try
well.
us.
That's
I
why,
think
okay.
I don't know if he tried us in the hands-on. We usually participate in the Florida Gastro Live that going through in Orlando. If you want to show it to Dr. V from sorry, Dennis Yang is
Orlando
the
Health.
advent. Yeah. So on the
Yeah.
Orlando Health, we have Dr. V that maybe he would like to open the Pictal system because they do lots of cyst drainage.
So it's already been approved at HCA at Largo,
HCA,
and
yes.
then Tampa
HCA Largo,
General, have they bought it?
No,
You
Tampa
said Tampa General, you talked about
Pushback
Dr.
really
Tong?
wants it, but he has a
Dr.
very,
Tong.
I don't know. I talked to
Pushback
Dr.
Tong.
Pushback. Yeah. Pushback Tong.
Tong,
Yeah, Tong.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
This guy really likes it, but they have a very senior head nurse there that didn't cooperate with me, unfortunately. In New York, we have Haber that tried it. We have Jawad from Mount Sinai, by the way, Joel Costello. Jawad really wants it, but he doesn't have the time to open it. So if you know another advance from Mount Sinai, it will be good to talk with him and open for him and for Jawad. We have Maimon-Diaz that is already open. They just need to do like an initial order of 2 each or 3 each size. I talked about with John Castellano as well. We have Colombia, Amrita Sethi. We have Kahela knows us. All the KOLs usually knows us. You have a rep in, I don't know. As we spoke about with Mayo Clinic, I think they really will like it, because my clinic is more doing like, what's needed and not metal stands, usually, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They only use
I
what
have
they
I have a
need to
very good
use.
contact up in Minnesota up here.
Mhm.
Rep, so, but, hey, quick
Yeah.
question for you, kind of off the cuff. Do you happen to know, and I know the first name is pretty common, but Shlomo Kabak, who's he's been
Oh,
with
Microtech,
Pentax,
yeah.
Olympus.
Now he's with
Yeah.
Fuji.
Yeah, he's a character. I try to believe all his stories.
On the bike, yeah, 4 women for each side, and he's
Oh
driving
yeah,
with his.
he's a good guy, but I
with
just
Mr.
never know whether
Shlomo.
he's bullshitting or he's telling the truth.
Yeah, I know about that. He's a good guy, at least. So,
When
Yeah.
did you,
very
when did you say
interesting
you were
story.
gonna, when did you say you were gonna be back in the US?
Omri
I'm
would
going
be.
to be next week. My flight is on next Saturday.
Week of the 20th.
Week 20th. And how much free time do you have?
If you want, where you look at it?
Well, I'd love to have somebody to go into Duke with me that is an expert on this than I am.
But where you look at it?
North Carolina or
North Carolina. I don't know what is the
Which-
distance from New York, but maybe we can meet in the middle or something.
It's
Well,
further
we may could
down
do
than
it in a-
Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken.
Are
Washington.
you
Or in
coming in
Baltimore,
April?
in John Hopkins. I met Terry over there. If it's helpful for you.
Omri, would you be available earlier in the week that week, like the 17th or 18th, to go to Duke?
17 to 18, I will be in Houston.
How about,
Sorry.
A quick question. You have no issues. You see, all these are paid trials when they're evaluating these products?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, yeah. If they're pushing, you can give 1 or 2 units, right?
Yeah.
But usually the
I try to
cost,
avoid
the
that
co-
myself. so.
the cost is pretty much same as Boston.
Yeah.
At Venix. If they use Boston, the other one, Flexibar, that's a problem because it's much cheaper.
And it's not rapid exchange. It's over the
No.
wire.
It's on the wire, but they have a pre-mounted
Different
tip.
physicians. Okay, we need to focus on physicians that using short wire, rapid exchange, plastic stands.
Multiple plastic stands.
Not only multiple, okay,
Yeah.
not only multiple, but they need to fit the typecast that we are using and the character that we have on our own system. Okay, if they're using long wire of 4.5 meter, so it doesn't care regarding the rapid.
Yeah, but most of the physicians that I saw in the States are using short wire. But if they do long wire, I do it a lot of here. They don't use any short wire in Israel, maybe 1 or 2 hospitals here.
Huh.
So
Why
we
is
do
that? Just
money and what they used to. We have only distributors. We don't have direct sales here like Boston have, like an army of reps.
right.
Yeah. Anything else? Any questions that we can help or?
Again, Terry, maybe you can send over my phone number or my
Yes.
email, and we can work. I can correspond and meet.
Maybe just create a WhatsApp group with Omri and me.
I don't know if you're using WhatsApp. I'm using WhatsApp a lot. By the way, Sami
Call you? He called you? Okay.
So again, we can meet in the US. We can meet wherever we can fit for both of us, in the middle, or maybe in John Hopkins or Philly or Massachusetts. I don't know. I'm available. I have a transportation, so I can, or using the train. So. And of course, I bring the demo trainer that they're all using and all the system that is also showed. And by the way, you should have a 6 delivery system in your hands. We bring Terry over.
Yeah.
So you can split it between you guys. That's it. If you have more questions.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. There is a
Any
pancreatic course, I think it's like in September, that, well, I'll send Terry the info, but thanks. I appreciate all your help, guys, and good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
And again,
Yeah.
we are always available. If you have any question, anything, we're always available. Please do not hesitate, call us, email us. We respond very fast.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Before you get off, I know you've got a trip coming up this month. Is there anything we could potentially add in April to where I could get maybe somebody to come into North Carolina and go to Duke with me?
That
We could
DDW would be
probably-
a good.
We could probably do Chapel Hill.
I can bring, again, Terry, we can take it afterward. I can bring delivery systems, anything that you want, and you can ship them over wherever they're located. So we can talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay, so just tell me what length, how much units you want. If you want more demo trainers, we can bring it over. We have more. Okay, so just email us until next Monday or no, Wednesday. It's fine as well. Not after Wednesday. Okay, because afterwards I won't be able to take it over with me.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Mhm.
And by the way, this is I don't know if you see, this is the introducer that always suggested. This is the Pilloway. You can see it here. Okay, and you just hold it and take it over, and it's opened. Now
Wow.
you don't need to take it. From time to time, they annoyed by it. Okay, so you just take it
see.
over and
Yeah.
open it, and that's it. It's
When they
for-
use the orange straw of Boston, usually they take some microfilm
Stuff.
and glue, yeah, and put it next to the handle.
Yeah, I saw once time they need to retract the delivery system because it was stuck. So we have here, you can see it. This is one part of the introducer, and this is the second part. So it's a
You don't like it, you just peel it away and throw it.
Yeah, very easy. Okay, thank you guys. I need to.
I will send Omri the presentation, and if you have,
Yes.
if Terry can put like a WhatsApp group, then we can put the presentation there, and everybody will have it.
Or we
Or-
can send it over by email, whatever.
I can send now the presentation by email to the Zoom, all the participants. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll do it
Please
now.
that.
Okay,
Please-
I will do
yeah,
it now.
please do that. And or if you could send us the PowerPoint.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, we will send you the PowerPoint and the link for the recording for this call. So it will be in your hands, so we can do whatever we want.
Thank you.
All
And
right,
of
thanks,
course,
guys.
you have all the data in the website, all the videos, all the head-to-head, everything is on the website.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.